Happy New Year! And this year will be a great one by keeping track of everything in the brain. I'm going to create a specific thought at the top of my brain to focus on my New Year resolutions. I actually have several resolutions in mind, and I'll create a new thought for each individual one to keep track of them separately. Notice that I separated these items with a semicolon. Using the semicolon is a great way to create a group of individual thoughts quickly in your brain. It's a great time saver. One of the great things about the brain is that you can not only keep track of your goals, but you can use the brain's specific features to research and actually achieve them. I can always add additional content, new thoughts, and information at any time to help me really reach my goal as the year progresses. Time to get started. And I'll start with my new thought, losing weight. In order to lose weight, I need to think about ideas and actions that will help me achieve this goal. So I'm going to create some child thoughts for diet, exercise, and keeping track of my progress. Under diet, I'll start by adding some websites for healthy eating. I found a website that I'm going to be referring back to quite often. It contains some great recipes, nutritional information, and helpful videos. For easy access to this site in the future, I'll simply click and drag the URL from my browser right into the brain. This creates a new thought and loads the web attachment in the brain's built-in browser. Here's another URL that I'm interested in. It's all about carbohydrates and keeping track of my glycemic index. I'd like to research this much further in the future. So, once again, I'll just click and drag right into the brain. And since I really don't know much about what a glycemic index actually is, I'll need to educate myself, and the brain can help. I'll use the brain's search web feature to help me learn more. And when I find the information I'm looking for, I'll click and drag another link into the brain. And I'll continue using these same features to build out other areas of my brain. But for now, I'll jump over to my exercise thought. I really need to get moving this year, so I'll create a few new thoughts for hobbies that I like, such as biking and hiking. And in addition to linking to web pages, I can also attach or link to files and documents. In this case, I have a PDF document of a local bike path that I hope to start using often. Again, I'll drag and drop right into the brain. By default, this creates a copy of the original document, but I can easily change this setting in my brain preferences if I'd prefer to move or link files into the brain when using drag and drop. I can also link to other existing thoughts elsewhere in my brain that are related to this topic. Under exercise, I'd like to link to my yoga thought. You can see that I just need to type in the first few letters and the brain will open an existing thought list. It looks like I already have an existing thought called yoga in this brain. I'll double click and link to that existing thought. As the year progresses, this area of my brain will be loaded with helpful thoughts containing links to biking gear, hiking shoes, maps, and activities. On the progress thought, I'll use the notes section as an ongoing journal for my progress. I'll check in every Friday on what I've accomplished and what I'm planning for the next week. And I'll use the brain's timestamp button so I can always refer back to when that specific note took place. I'll even set up my brain to remind me of upcoming activities with the brain's built-in timeline and reminders feature. I'll click and drag in the timeline to add a new event. Further adjustments allow me to set up repeating events and even a reminder so that every Friday I'll be reminded by my digital brain to check in on my progress thought. This feature will really help me keep on schedule with my resolutions throughout the year. Visualizing these goals in my brain is fun, and it takes the burden of remembering my numerous tasks out of my own head and helps me keep organized, so my ideas can actually turn into actions. Now I'm going to brainstorm a bit on my business goals. Here again, I have some documents that I'm going to bring into my brain, a sales report and a new business plan. I'll select them both and just drag and drop into the brain. I can also keep track of new projects from scratch, such as my new marketing project. This new marketing project is about to take my business online with a brand new website and e-commerce. As you can see, I've created new thoughts for each aspect of this project as it continues to grow throughout the year. For further visualization, I can Alt-click on a thought to open its thought properties display. Here, I can assign thought types and tags, apply text colors, or simply add an icon to quickly make this thought stand out in the crowd. My thoughts and ideas really come to life in the brain, so I can focus and take the next step in actually getting them done and achieving my goals. The year has just begun, but the brain is helping me to visualize and chart a path to a better future and ultimately my success. And finally, to keep me inspired throughout the year, I'll add some new wallpaper. With the brain, there's no limit to the number of thoughts or connections you can make. So expand your mind and use the brain's visual thoughts to make your New Year resolutions a reality. Happy New Year and happy thinking!